Hi there, Dr. Sheep here. Welcome back to the TGIF Talks, episode 105. I'm joined by co-host Anonymous Phil.
Hi.
And, of course, our guest star, but honestly, he's going to show up on this thing more often than Will or Kyle at this point.
Probably.
The Rental Man Buck.
Yeah, hey, we can't forget Shaggy.
Oh, and yes, the honorable guest Shaggy. Roll the intro.
Wouldn't you like to get away?
It's Friday. Gotta get down on Friday.
And they're always glad you came.
So these podcasts are no longer broken into parts. We just talk about whatever the heck we feel like. So
that sounds amazing.
it's better than the damn 4 parts trying to, do the news and all the other bull crap. So what have you been up to since the last time we saw you, which has been like over a year, I think?
Probably, yes, most definitely. I've changed jobs about 3-4 times. Not really, but somewhat have. I think last time I was, full-time YouTube when we last
I believe
talked?
so, yes.
Well, we changed and we went back to having a part-time job in the morning, worked at Sid Dillon in the body shop for a little bit, and then offer came up to go work out at Branch Stoke as park maintenance, and working out at the lake, getting your workout in the morning so you can at least not sit in a chair for 16 hours a day. I figured that was probably the best for my body, and so far it has chosen to be. Still doing YouTube at somewhat a full-time rate, but work out in the mornings, work in the afternoons, and take the nights off.
Nights? I would hope so. You just work 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
I mean, sometimes those work days go till 2 in the morning, but we'll go.
I
You
wish-
can sleep when you're dead. Yeah, pretty much sleep for the week. That's a certain.
See, as actual YouTubers, I don't know. I wouldn't have a sleep schedule anymore. As long if there weren't meetings.
You be nocturnal. You told me you'd be
oh,
awake
yeah.
at night for astrophotography, and you'd be asleep during the day.
Yep, and the only time I'd be up during the day is for
Getting gas.
No, that gas station over there is open 24. Is open till like midnight, or even later.
Also with the desert.
Oh. Well, that's a different issue.
Imagine having to travel to work.
I wish you didn't have to travel to work.
Yeah, if I had to fill up the gas to get 15 steps down my bedroom hallway, I'd have problems.
See, that's what your life will be, right? Because you live out in the desert. Yeah, my only mode of travel is to go get decent Wi-Fi.
No, so this guy's got Starlink.
Yes, I do. I did end up investing in that.
What's your speed?
So far, I think I got the 50 to like 75 download, and then I think where I'm at, it can range from 2 to almost 6 on the upload. It just kind of depends on the conditions. It's still because it's out in the middle of nowhere. They're not spectacular.
What's your upload?
500.
500. Oh, 100?
Yeah, it's 500 up, 500 down.
Yeah, it's not anything grand, at least, so it's still just kind of I actually hate to say, I have 3 internets where I
That's right, yeah.
I got Windstream, I got US Cellular, and then I got Starlink. Because you kind of got to have all 3 of them. The Windstream is great for a solid ground connection because it's the only wired one that goes through the modem. US Cellular is a satellite one, but that one's limited to, I think I have like 120 gigabytes for a month on a plan. And then that one you have, I think, 6 uploads stably, but the problem is you run out of that, and you can't do anything with it, so that's my streaming one. And then when it's kind of you need to upload something, but you're also being online, and you kind of need to do that, that's where the Starlink comes in, and then that one's an unlimited for $100 a month or something.
I thought the back of my computer looked complicated with all the crap, all the cables, but you've got 3 Ethernet cables going to the back of yours. Oh, no, you hook it all over Wi-Fi? You're insane.
Well, that's probably why they cut out half the time, but hey, what are we going to do
I
about
was just going to ask, how consistent is Starlink?
It's fairly consistent from at least the time that I didn't have it for 3 weeks, and then it got hit by a hailstone through the hailstorms, and it broke the thing. And I couldn't get the router. I could not get the actual satellite to work because when the hailstorms came through, I think about a baseball-sized hailstone hit it right in the center. It did not break the actual satellite, but it broke the inside. I took the thing off like a week later, and then I just heard a rolling around on the inside. I'm like, yeah, that's probably why I'm not getting internet.
So did you call them and be like, yo, this is
Oh,
broken?
when I actually called them, when I tried to get a hold of them the first time, there's like no support things for them
Yeah,
for
probably
some
not. Yeah,
reason.
there's like 20 people with the whole service.
You get Elon on the line.
But I did figure out how to do it, and the thing that sucks about theirs is that when you get the actual stuff, you have to buy the equipment outright. Which,
Right.
in turn, with service on the first month and the router, is like $500-600. I think by the end of the first month, I got like $700 on the thing. But to get a replacement, you have to once again buy the other one because it's not
Really?
necessary. It's technically under warranty, but I think I had it just long enough that it was not under warranty, nor that there was
Oh.
anything that was things.
That's a short warranty.
How
It
long
really
is
was.
warranty?
I don't
A month?
really remember,
A
but
month?
long story short, I had to pay like another $250 to get a used
Okay,
one.
so
But now I got a second router in case my
drop a
modem-
rock on my table.
I
Oh,
was stuck
after a
in
while
my
to
shoe
start.
and it was annoying.
But yeah,
Fair enough.
I'd say it's a very solid can, and it will only really improve. But as of right now, it's not a guaranteed, at least in the middle of nowhere where I'm at, it's not a solid, you can rely off this to stream, upload, do whatever.
See, in the desert, there are no clouds you have to worry about, and there are no hailstorms. Well, very few clouds.
False. Dust storms.
Dust storm, yeah, the dust devil.
And that cloud...
The dust devil will take away your dish.
Oh, the one or two dust devils.
One or two, there was like always one visible.
Yeah, but like, well, none of them actually went around where our cars were.
I thought there was one crossing the road though when we were driving.
There was one that crossed the road, but we never ran into one. So
Wow.
the odds of it hitting your house. Plus, you can just build a little like wall.
But
That was
but that
kind of-
still obstructs the satellite's view.
No. We're going straight up.
I know, it's obstructing the view because the dust storm's going to obstruct the view of the satellite.
Nah. You underestimate the power of this wall.
You underestimate the under capabilities of a satellite.
But so, I guess my
I mean,
question
one
is,
little dust devil isn't gonna hurt it.
so
Connection down for 20 minutes.
Damn.
from going from 6 to 500, like, obviously it's a big change, but like, can you still do a lot with 6?
Oh yeah, I mean, compared to, I don't know, 0.4 that Windstream gets,
Oh.
videos usually go from 5 hours to upload to 45 minutes. So a regular size is about 1 to 2 gigabytes on a video
So
size.
you go from like 45 minutes to like, what, a couple minutes with 500, or?
So I'm limited by YouTube.
Oh, really?
So like when I upload a podcast, which is about the last one was 8 gigs, which is a little on the heavier side. But when I went to upload it, it had some issues. Normally, it's like 15 minutes, maybe 5 minutes, if that. You don't even notice it. You spend more time getting all the tags and stuff ready and getting the thumbnail ready, and it spends more time processing than it actually does uploading.
That's why I use that feature. It says just reuse from another video. And then I just, like, if it's especially when it comes down to, because I put everything into playlists. Everything goes into an organized playlist of, okay, we're doing the home thingy, we're working on a project, we're teaching somebody how to do it. And then I can literally just go and it says, input from old video.
Oh, that's what
Change
I
3 things.
Oh, I guess I copy and paste.
Yeah, that's basically, yeah.
But see, since I have too many... See, when the channels split here in a few weeks, then I'll be able to do that. Because the podcast, they'll all have their own tags on their own channel. I won't have to, have to go search for the last podcast and the previous things. It'll be easy. Now, the science videos, they're always different because, it's always a different subject. I mean, there's some of the basic ones that keep in there, like my own tag, science, or whatever, and then... Well, that's about the only basic tags to stay in there. The rest are different every single time.
You always hit that meme in there.
Just meme
Yeah,
for
it
your
seems-
page.
It seems to gather attention.
It did.
It did.
Well, also putting Belle Delphine's naked butt on the thumbnail also gets people's attention. Got 50 views in one day before YouTube was like, hey, you need to replace that thumbnail with something
We're
else.
talking about states of matter here. No, at no point was that photo ever referenced.
No, it was! It was okay, there are ones where, yes, there's a picture of a girl on the thumbnail for no reason other than just to see what happens.
This is how you get demonetized from these guys. You guys don't do what these two are doing. Do not do it, okay? Okay.
But The Belle Delphine one, that was actually, like, we went to her Twitter page, and I showed him what she did on Twitter that day. She had a Pickle Rick butt plug.
I'm just gonna.
I'm just surprised.
I'm
you
gonna
remember that.
leave. All right, we're done. Bye.
How do you not remember that?
I tried
Because
to
I don't do anything with that. Don't
those memories are not useful for my existence.
Well,
Shaggy,
see.
plug your ears.
Oh, he's heard worse. That man's a stoner.
I guarantee you're probably gonna want to get a little higher for this one. Good heavens. Okay, on to the next topic.
Well, I don't know. We could still. I don't think we were finished with Starlink or the desert.
Yes. Yeah, we need to talk about the desert. Well, no, we've already talked about my stuff. Now we got to talk about the Dr. Sheep stuff. So what's going on with Dr. Sheep?
Well, we're splitting the channel up into an additional 2 channels.
I heard.
And so the podcast will be on one, the travel vlogs and that stuff will be on another. The channels are actually all ready to go. I just have to actually make trailers and intros.
What number is this now?
This will be 4
105?
channels.
Or no?
Oh, this is
podcast
this is
number.
like 105, 106.
105, 106. I was thinking, like a good milestone would have been in like number 100, but that was a while ago.
Well, yeah, we didn't. It wasn't. I had I've been thinking about this for ever since we actually really started the podcast, but I never really had the guts to pull the trigger. And I mean, technically, the channels exist, but there's no content on them, so I technically haven't pulled the trigger yet.
That's what I hated about my channel and anybody that ever asked me, because I've actually gotten, I think, 2, if not almost 3 people started on stuff now, and they were like, can I get a shout out? Can we do videos together? I'm like, trust me, buddy, what I want you to do, start making videos, start getting a queue, start making yourself better on the content side before I start to work with you. Because like me, when I started, I was running with 4 or 5 guys, one of which had 700,000. The other guy was popping already 5,000-6,000. But hey, he had a film degree from down in Orlando, so it's not like he was struggling. He already had a depth chart of amount of videos that he could have had people watch. I didn't have a banner. I didn't have any videos. Heck, I didn't even have a microphone.
I remember that. Yeah.
And you're like, all right, start making videos. There's nothing to watch, and I think before my first video even posted, I had like 400 people. They just had to like dive into the depths to find my channel name.
Yeah, it's hard to without a video, it's impossible to find the channels. Actually, nowadays, YouTube just thinks they're bots, and so they doesn't even you can't even like, so when you go and like reference your friends on your channel, they don't even show up because YouTube's like, I think these are bots or whatever. Actually, AK's channel, you can't find it anymore. He just hasn't uploaded in so long, and I don't think it's been used in so long that I can't reference him on those new channels. I can still reference Rondo, but my old friends I cannot. Not that it would matter anyways. They don't make videos, so.
Well, makes about sense.
But no, that's interesting that you bring that up because it's exactly what they mentioned on. I watched this podcast called Safety Third, and I talk about it all the time. I've been trying to get him to watch it. It's hilarious, but they talk about how they have these people that just want to get shout outs, or like these people on TikTok where they make a TikTok and it's like one of their first 2 TikToks or whatever, and it just blows up and they're instantly famous, and they don't know what to do, and so they keep trying to do the same thing they were doing before, and they kind of end up in this toxic cycle of they don't know how to make good content.
And that's not necessarily what I believe my guys are doing, but we're in a slump right now. Farm Sim just in general, because that's mainly the only thing that we try to play. My technically boss, he runs all Farm Sim, but he's also got a second channel now that is all IRL. He's IRL farming. It's growing on that side. So now he has 2 separate channels to run 2 different styles of content. My buddies, whenever we post something for Farm Sim, for some reason the stats have just gone, algorithm for that game has just gone down the drain. You cannot pull views in the slightest. He can post a video, 3-4 videos in a week's time span, and he's lucky if he's getting 20,000 views at a 200,000 subscriber channel.
Wow.
But I always like to say I want to challenge this statement because I've posted 4 or 5. I mean, I don't post nearly as many times as them, But statistically, the amount of subscriber count that I have to the amount that's watching the videos, even though it's about 75 to 20% subscribed, not subscribed, I have less people that are subscribed watching and 75 that are not, I still can pull almost 30 to 40,000 on a video just because of the fact that I'm posting with the ones that I'm doing. So I can pull 17 times the views of my guys that I'm working with, and they're 2 to 3 times bigger.
That's weird that because I noticed you have been climbing. Do you have more subs than Moose now?
I actually don't know. I just pulled over 42,000. So
well, we've got the machine here. We can go check.
we can check. Well, I didn't know.
So Moose.
Oh,
is
I have
at,
not passed him
He's
yet.
at 54.
He's got a multi-game channel, though. That's the thing. He's got all the different styles. He hasn't even played Farm Sim in, I think, even over a year.
He also doesn't upload that often.
Not anymore, at least.
No, he goes through these phases where he uploads, then doesn't upload, uploads, then doesn't upload.
To be fair, if you're a teacher who has a full-time job...
I got a full-time job. Look at me, consistent. We got 3 views on some of those.
Yeah, but like,
See, you didn't make tutorial videos for a game that got you 500,000 views per pop.
Yeah, see, that's what he does. Those tutorials are killer. I mean, I will say the Lay's video today has actually performed quite well.
The Lays?
Huh?
The Lays?
Lay's. That's Cane's.
What'd you say?
No. So Friday's video on Thermite, it did really well because I was talking about the Breaking Bad lock thing. 35 views, which compared to the average it has been, it's pretty damn good.
Yeah.
Now the plan is to actually reduce the frequency of videos on the channel. I mean, it's once the podcast falls off, it'll be even less frequent. But like we're talking, like most science channels, they're not pumping out a video every other week. They're pumping a video whenever they feel like.
Yeah.
And, well, I can't do whatever I feel like because I might never upload
well, yeah,
on the
like,
science channel.
Veritas, he would, like, come in, like, spurs. Like, he'd have, like, 2 videos, like, in a week, and then there'd be, like, nothing for, like, 2 months.
Yeah.
And then you have another, and then he'd average, like, a video a month, and then it seemed like you wouldn't hear from him in a while, and then you get, like, another, like, 2 or 3 videos in a week.
Yeah, and so, what the plan I want to do is, because a lot of those guys, they build videos around thumbnails and titles. They don't build it around a topic like you might think you would back in the day. So they come up with the title and a thumbnail, and then they're like, how can we turn this into a video?
Oh, I thought it was the other way. I thought they made the video and they're like,
No,
what's a good title to
I
get
wonder if
anymore.
that's why I technically end up doing a little bit better than said things. I kind of found a tactic, and it's worked to get a lot more. And it's more or less, I use the thumbnail as a storyline, as like, this is the different chapters of what's going on. One thing I particularly hate about the guys that I'm working with sometimes is that, primarily my boss, you can hate me later, Grant, if you ever see any of this.
He will never see this unless
Probably
you tell
not,
him.
but if he ever does, one thing that drives me nuts is he puts stuff in it's not necessarily clickbait, but say we go do some random off-roading thing where we're riding 15 four-wheelers through the things. He'll put some random lifted skid steer in the middle of the thumbnail that has nothing to do with the video, has nowhere that is in it, around it, or on the shot. And then he'll post the video as, we did something blah. And then you go watch the video, it's not in there. Every single thing you see on my videos in the thumbnail, it's used and it looks like as it is in the thumbnail. Because I take the shots as the video goes on.
There was a Minecraft video, I didn't watch it, but I saw the thumbnail today. And it was, the classic trend right now is, this is 100 days in hardcore survival, this is what happened. And it was like, in one picture it was a dirt beacon, and I'm like, that's fake. And then the other part, which was like 100 days later, was like 3 ender dragons in the overworld. And I'm like, that's fake too. So I don't even want to watch your video because that's just junk.
Yep. Clickbait and filler videos are 2 things that I have no need for, even though sometimes they are required or just necessary to kind of keep a flow going if you're a little off or you need something to do that. But I usually prefer when you do a content, you put everything that you got into what's going in it to make it the way you want it to be. I will record a video 3 times before I post it because I didn't like the shots that I took.
So you know what's funny about the thermite video? It was supposed to be a filler. It was supposed to be a filler.
Well, did you put more effort into it than usual?
No.
What? Gosh, Lord, you're sounding like the Bird Channel, where he makes a 15-second video and it gets 1.2 million views, and it's a kindergarten bird I could have drawn when I was 2.
I wanted a video that required minimal script because I just hate writing scripts, and then I wanted it to be, more vlog style where we go and, mess around with thermite. It still ended up actually being pretty heavily scripted, but, I mean, it's got 35 views because, well, why would you not want to watch a lock try to destroy a lock with thermite? And actually, the lock's sitting over there on my shelf, next to the goat skull.
Oh, boy. Well, you notice how you didn't do as much scripting and you got more views?
Yeah.
You should go completely off script.
Well, we
literally
used to,
110% off script.
So, actually, some must have been... You told me that, and that's how we used to do it back in the day. I just had some talking points, and I got up there and talked, but they weren't great.
You see, was that right in the beginning when you started doing it, though?
True.
You're gonna suck at it at first, but all of a sudden you can just pull 6 minutes of dialogue out of your rear end that makes complete sense, and then it brings everybody together because you can tell it's not scripted.
Well, my big issue is
because the germination video, that's my absolute favorite.
Oh my god! I forgot to cut a part out.
I forgot to cut a part out where he would memorize his entire script as opposed to having a teleprompter, and so he'd memorize. And so he had like this paragraph, like 5 sentences.
I do now, yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a teleprompter.
That's cool.
Back in the day, it used to be like a big TV on top of a stand.
Yeah, we overly engineered this stand, and it.
Well, now the TV stand's in my apartment, but except for the top part.
The top part's been cut apart by your dad, right?
Yeah, it's been reused. It's been multi-purposed.
What's he use it for?
I don't know. I think it's I think the 2x4s are part of the house now.
Oh, wow! What a great circle! A circle of life.
2x4s are part of the house now.
What a circle of life for a 2x4.
But no. So the germination video. There's a part where he's just like, why is it so hard? Why can't I remember? And he keeps saying his line over and over again.
Yeah, because I meant it was supposed to be cut, and
it's like 2 minutes worth, or maybe not quite that long.
Not that long.
But it's like a part that I forgot to cut out.
What upsets me is that video has like 300 views, and I'm just like...
Most of those are me watching it over and over.
Oh my god, of course they're you watching.
We leave it on repeat and we just go.
Most of them are me watching it over and over again.
Now, I will say, I guess my second and fourth most popular videos are I guess my first, second, and fourth most popular videos are unscripted.
Wait,
but at the
which
same
ones?
time, those were unboxings.
Oh yeah, the unboxings.
I can't do an unboxing every single day. I don't have that.
No one said you had to do unboxings. All I told you is that you should start doing videos without a script.
Think about all the stuff you buy off Amazon. Have an unboxing for every Amazon.
Oh my god! Can you imagine? So I bought some.
Today we open bread.
Today we get book. Yes, an unboxing for every random thing off of Amazon you order.
See, there's those people.
I bought a napkin.
But see, then there's those people, right, that they actually do that, but like they do it in the ASMR style, so that it's like really quiet, and like, today we're gonna open up this book, and then next thing you know, it's been 10 minutes, like, what did I just watch? 10 minutes
I usually listen to ASMR sometimes to fall asleep, like especially like the scratching ones, because it's almost like a box fan. Like I have box fans running, but it actually does help me fall asleep.
I just fall asleep to silence like a man.
I can't do it. If it is completely dark and no sound, there's no way I'm falling asleep.
That's the only way I can fall asleep.
You guys are nuts.
Well,
you're also talking to a guy that's dressed like a Q-tip, so...
Nothing wrong with being a Q-tip. What?
I don't know. I was going to say something like a Q-tip joke. I'm like, nah.
You only use Q-tips to be shoved in your ear, which is what they're not supposed to be used for. So, you know, What else would you use a Q-tip for?
Putting isopropyl alcohol on a piece of bread.
Oh no, I just went like this.
Well, it's for precise getting it on the bread.
Well, I got eyedroppers for that.
Still, you could have used a Q-tip.
I guess. Hand paint it.
Hand paint the bread. We're gonna paint bread today, people.
You know, there. Well, we didn't tell them about the cheese.
Uh-oh.
Oh, yeah, have you seen the cheese?
No,
I think I was
going
going to tell you about
There's
that.
cheese on my deck.
And on the apartment below's deck.
Once there was. I still can't believe they never said anything.
For about a week it was there.
Man, I feel bad for your neighbors.
You know, truth be told, I haven't.
I wonder what they
terrible
thought when they
neighbor.
picked it up, and they're like, "This is not what cheese is supposed to feel like."
If they could even think that it was cheese.
I mean, I think you can recognize provolone.
Possibly.
It just has that signature circle.
Yeah. I don't even know what all the cheese. I think we have Munster, cheddar, Colby Jack, and then there's the American. Although the American's starting to harden out now too. It's starting to peel off the pavement as well. So cheese, apparently.
So all those preservatives made it last.
Yeah.
All that unhealthy stuff you're probably not supposed to eat, but you know, they
You
put in
do
the food
anyway.
anyways.
I don't want to give too much away because the video isn't up yet. I haven't.
Oh, yeah.
I have to, at some point, decide to stop taking.
I mean,
photos
you're already
of it.
giving a teaser for your bread.
Everybody's seen the bread multiple times, I think, at this point.
Let's just do a James May moment. Cheese.
Oh God! Now
Oh.
it's dead air.
Yes, it was. At least it wasn't 3 seconds, though. It has to be 3 seconds to be considered awkward silence. Anything past that, you can't do it. You gotta cut it out.
Oh.
But now, I guess, what is the plans for this channel, these next channels? What are you gonna kind of try and do?
So the travel channel, I'm just gonna re-upload some old vlogs just to get some content on there. Maybe I'll try a different idea for thumbnails and stuff. But I am going on a trip here in 2 weeks up to North Dakota, and so I will be vlogging that trip. So that will be the first thing, and then the podcast, it'll pretty much just be like, hey, yeah, this will be the last podcast we're uploading to this channel. Go watch it on the other one. Actually,
Would that be this one?
it probably should be this one, but that means I have to. But that means I have to make a.
You have to do actually work.
That means I have to actually go and do the stupid trailers, and I don't even have an idea for the trailer for this channel yet. So.
Just go buy one.
No.
Buy a trailer.
No, not an intro. Oh, a trailer? Like
We're just
an
gonna buy,
actual...
no, we're just gonna buy a trailer. Buy a trailer and say, this is the trailer for the new one.
Oh my
you just
God.
Say, this is Dr. Sheep and this is our trailer.
Oh my God. So we want to get an RV, which is... This goes back to the desert.
Jesse, we are not buying an RV.
Oh, no.
No, see, what you do is you buy a
That
house,
sounded like...
and then eventually you sell the house for more than it's worth, and that money hopefully will be enough for a down payment. on
No,
it.
no, you see, you buy the
What
you
kind
buy
of crap
the
house are you buying?
No. You gotta buy the house and not tell your parents, and when your parents tell you that the house is sold, you walk up to them and say, I can go in the house, it's my house.
Well, this is not a This is not a rolling RV meth lab, all right? It's just...
Not yet?
No, not ever.
Not ever. Okay, good. We're staying clean, folks.
Yeah, we're not going to prison unless I get fired and YouTube just doesn't work.
Well, no, I was thinking of that. The first IV should definitely be that $250,000.
You want the semi one?
Semi one, yeah.
It straight up had a hole. It had the pole.
Oh, it had a hole.
Yeah, you have to have a CDL to drive it.
Everyone ready for the trip?
You're gonna.
You know what I'm gonna get me?
Diesel.
Got your seatbelts in,
No.
kiddos?
You guys need to get a Fleetwood Jamboree.
Fleetwood Jamboree.
Nah, that's semi
An
one.
E450. It's a Class C, I believe.
I think I know. Oh, we've seen that. That's what I want. It's just like it's.
You know
not,
what that is, right? That's the rental. That's the camper that got me my name.
Yeah, I know. That's why I told him. I was like, that's what I'm thinking of as an RV. Is the exact one.
The Class C, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no, because I don't know. There's something about that semi one. It just spoke to me.
Yeah, because
Well, no,
you
duh,
can-
it's like a fashion statement.
you can. I mean, the nice part about it is you really don't have to really. It has a washer and dryer in it, and you don't really have to change your life that much. Just kind of slightly reduce how.
Where are
much
you going to park this monstrosity?
Outside the bank.
Why? So when they repo you, they only have to walk out the doors?
So no, the idea was so that I'd move out of the apartment, buy an RV, and then I could just park it at my job. And so then, they show up in the morning, I'm sitting out there in a robe, drinking coffee, like, I'll be in 15
Oh, that's right.
minutes.
Both of you two work for the bank, don't you?
No, he works.
I thought you were a teller.
I'm a teller. He works.
I don't work for the bank.
He works on batteries for
I work on
airplanes.
batteries. I'm a battery technician.
Fix my Tesla.
You don't have a Tesla.
Yeah,
No, but I got a bike though. The
You
Grid
have an electric
Buster.
bike?
Yes.
I
Made
do
it
want an
myself.
electric bike. I do want to make my own electric bike, but my bike, similar to my truck, its suspension is shot and everything else about it is shot. So
No, but can you imagine? That thing will take up like 4 stalls easily.
the semi will take up the entire parking lot.
Like,
Just
sir, your manager's just like, sir, I know we don't get a lot of business, but we're having troubles trying to allocate enough space for us.
Yeah, there wouldn't be enough space for the employees.
When did that bring it out to my place? That entire parking lot's a joke anyway.
It would take up the entire. How long do you get into your parking lot with this thing?
Yes, you could. It would just be a very bad process.
It's just being there diagonally.
Well, only 3 of us leave anyway.
It's true.
And news, I am actually expanding my office.
Yeah, he's buying the guy next door, so his travel to work in the after he gets back from the
I
lake.
actually have more travel time to get to work now.
What?
I rented the apartment next to me.
What?
So instead of getting up out of bed and getting to his computer, he just walks out his door, walks in the other door.
Why? Why?
I had to go in there and I asked him on the phone. I asked him on the phone first. I'm like, hey, if I know I already have an apartment, but my neighbor just moved out. Can I rent that one too? Yes.
Yes?
But why?
But why?
I work from home and I want that to be my office. Do you have income to prove this? Yes.
Well, no, you just gotta turn your 1-room bedroom into a studio like him.
Dude, that's what my place is. The living room is my office, dining room, kitchen thing.
I did the other one.
Wait.
I put the office in there.
No, yeah,
put
no,
the
that's what I'm
bedroom in
saying.
here.
So his bedroom is the office and he sleeps out here.
Yeah. Except I actually do have a bedroom though.
Yes.
Bedroom's separated off from the actual
I said
house.
screw that.
Yeah.
So see
yeah,
what
he
I can
doesn't
do
need
is
an
when my
office.
colleagues call me saying, hey, especially my buddy from Canada, he calls a week before I was supposed to go to the Farm Progress show over in Iowa. He calls me like a week before and says, hey, I'm going to see a buddy and you're like a halfway point. Can I stay at your place? He's already stayed the night at my place.
Halfway point.
He's from Saskatchewan.
Well, yeah, halfway. How far south is he going?
This is the best part. To get to my house from his house is 15 hours, and he drives. He drives an F-250 with a diesel.
Yeah, we drove his car and it still costs us a crap ton of gas.
Yeah.
I couldn't imagine driving an F-250.
And it's lifted with tires. So, you can about imagine the fuel economy he's getting. He drives to my house and gets there on a Wednesday night about 10 o'clock.
15 hours. Man,
15 hours.
I drove
it gets
12.
better. It gets better.
And I was done.
So I finally asked him when he got to my place, I'm like, okay, so where are you going? San Antonio. So then he left my house that morning and drove another 12 hours to San Antonio, Texas. I'm like, aren't you going to the trade show?
Actually,
Yeah.
San Antonio isn't 12 hours because it's 8 to the Oklahoma Panhandle, and so San Antonio's probably another. It's about probably 10 or 11. I don't think it's quite
Somewhere
12.
around. Well, the way he drove, he probably got there in 8. Trust me, when we were at the trade show, we went to a party, and I think he was clocking 120 with that. It was something.
Remember,
But
kids, don't speed.
don't do
speed.
what he did, okay? That's stupid.
Many of us here have learned our lessons.
So he drove to San Antonio, and then he's like, oh yeah, I'm going to the trade show. So then he drove from San Antonio to Boone, Iowa, which is about an hour, about 45 minutes northwest of Des Moines. Another 15 hours out of the way, and then he drove all the way back to Saskatchewan. You think he said he was on the road for almost 50 hours by the end of it.
How? I drove 12 hours. I was done. The next day, I drove like 8, and I was like, "This is awful."
I drove.
See, then we were driving back from Nevada, and we were thinking about just driving the whole way to Lincoln, and then we decided no because the view in Colorado needed to be witnessed during the day.
And it was definitely worth it because where we stopped at right before nightfall, we were like, well, was it worth it? I don't know. We stayed, and then literally the next day we went around the corner, and oh my god, it was the best views of the entire trip. And we're like, all right, this is a good
Glad
thing.
we stay up for this.
Yeah, we were in Vail. Well, we were in the area of Vail, Colorado.
Yeah, was it Eagle?
Yeah, we were in Eagle, but which is just down the road from Vail. And it is
The furthest left in this entire country I've been is Lexington.
What?
Lexington. What?
I've never been further left in the United States than I believe Lexington, Nebraska.
Lexington?
What? Serious?
No
Yes.
way. How about have you never been to Grand Island?
I've been to Grand Island. Dude, Lexington's way past
that's why-
Grand Island.
That's why I'm pulling up Google Maps because my brain doesn't know.
You
where
haven't been
Lexington
to
is.
any of
Dude,
those
Lexington's
states?
like an hour, I think, past Grand Island.
You haven't been to any of those states? West?
I've literally been further across the state of Iowa than I have the state of Nebraska.
What's the farthest?
Unfortunately, I can't
What's
read
the
it.
farthest east you've been?
Well, I've been all the way over by Illinois. I drove all the way an hour west of Chicago.
Oh.
Okay, it's slightly more legible now.
See? Right there. Lexington, right by Cozad and Elm Creek.
Oh,
That's literally the furthest left I've ever been.
Yeah,
bro, we go freaking further left in our normal star trips than that. We're
Yeah,
up
yeah,
here.
show Mullen. Yeah.
You're down here.
That's why my buddy, he wants to go on a road trip sometime this summer. The guy who likes to drive 15 hours to 50 hours at a
This
time.
is Saskatchewan to
Yeah, he wants to drive. I think him and his dad drove to Vegas.
Wait, zoom out real quick. Because I think Mullen is like right at the... We'll zoom in. I think if you drew like an imaginary line up from like that corner, I think that's Mullen, right? Or just
So this,
too shy. Or is that, oh, maybe that was Bingham.
It might be Bingham because Mullen's further south than Lexington. Lexington's way down here.
Yeah.
North Platte's over here.
I
No,
know
it is,
Scotts
yeah.
Bluff was that far.
Mullen's here. Oh yeah, Scottsbluff's out there.
Wait, what's that one in the upper, over by Shadron?
Oh! Do you remember this?
Toadstool?
Yeah. But do you remember this photo?
Oh, yes! Yes!
Oh no.
Yes.
Do I want to know?
Yes, you need
Yeah.
to see this photo.
Oh,
It's
God.
fantastic.
It's fantastic.
Okay.
That's
yeah.
a nice mountain.
Zoom
yes.
in. No, zoom in. Look at how many hands do you see? How many hands do you see?
Wait a minute.
How many hands?
Processing. What? What?
So they've so this group of people has took quite a few photos while they were out there. And I still don't know if this person is a male or a female because they have the legs and the shorts of a female, but their arms and face don't match a female body. And like I saw the other parts, the other photos in Toadstool taken by these people, and you can it definitely is female from the probably weight from here down, but like I cannot tell from there up.
It's 2022.
That's
Anything's possible.
that's it. That is because you can't get a good look at their face.
That's actually the most not blurred out photo I've seen on Google Maps.
Well, this is taken 2017, probably on an iPhone, so
Yeah.
did a pretty decent job.
Oh, still, usually when Google Maps has anybody like a face on there, they blur it out.
Oh, so the
Yeah.
reason why this wasn't taken by Google Maps. This was
Yeah,
taken
so-
by some random.
Specific location, people can upload photos of that spot.
Yeah.
It's like, most road maps, when you drop the person, they'll blur out the face. But you can upload personal photos to a location.
Yeah.
And so that's what this is. This is a photo uploaded to that location.
All right, new video idea. We're going to go into Memorial Stadium for Nebraska and take a picture from every single seat in the stadium.
Yeah.
Every single seat, every single section, every single hallway.
So 90,000 seats.
Well, no, I think there's less than that. We cram people in to get to 90,000.
Okay. So
Well, that's because of the south end
section.
zone.
Yeah, the student section in south end zone. I bet we have about 3 students per seat during some of the big games.
Well, they say they get about 25,000 just in that south end zone alone.
Yeah.
So 75,000 seats. I think it's about 80,000 seats. 80,000 seats. Do you realize how long it will take, even at 1 second per photo, 80,000 seconds? You know how long that is?
You're talking to the guy that walked through the entire high school and set every single lock on every single locker to 0. And then proceeded to take a video of it.
See, but there's only like a few hundred. That takes you an hour or 2 to do that. This will literally take you weeks.
And
months.
We have the most detailed pictured arena that you can go onto Google Maps and see your seat.
I don't know if they keep those because I don't know. I mean, you could search. What you'd want to do is just get whatever the Google uses, and so basically they just take a 360 photo ever so often, which is basically really all you need every
That's
10.
what they already have. They have like 6 or 7 of them in the stadium.
Yeah, but if we want to be able to move in multiple directions, I would say one every 10 to 20 feet is probably sufficient to be like, yeah, I think I can figure out what my seat's going to look like from here. And we can do it pretty easily because we just get the instant 360 camera. Have you seen those? They're just a stick.
Oh, yeah.
And they got 2 cameras, and it stitches it together with AI. I mean, hell, we could probably get 4 of them. That way the AI has and we can work with Google or whatever.
The ones that they have, like when you have on the bikes and they show the cars going by them, and all of a sudden it's on the back half of the thing, and then it shows the car going by, and all of a sudden you're looking at the front, it's the same camera angle.
Yeah, and then you see it snowing.
oh, my favorite.
Those are my favorite. It's like, what a nice blue sky. Drive 10 feet, freaking thunderstorm.
Nebraska.
So my favorite is downtown by Memorial Stadium. So in the loop there, in front of Memorial Hall, there's a part where every time you click, it's a different year. And we're talking going all the way back to 2008 for one of the photos.
What? Let's see this.
So it looks completely different. So there's all these trees, and then there's all this construction, and then the next one's what it looks like today. I don't know why I did this. I can just
hit the X.
Come on, man.
Or do that, yeah.
Please stand by while we go and look for a random photo of a building.
Yeah, they can't see any of this either.
Again, please stand by while we look for a picture of a building.
Yeah, no dead air here. No dead air.
Wait, yeah, no, that was the right spot. That was the university. Up a little higher. Now.
There you go.
It's so hard to zoom.
No. You be down.
Oh yeah, we're in here.
Because that's O Street, isn't it?
Oh right, freaking. Oh, that's East Campus.
So it's gonna be above the Sheldon. There's Memorial, so it'll be a little to the right.
University bookstore.
Yeah, so it's gonna be in that corner, off to the right.
Excellent. Excellent. Here's the loop.
State Museum of Natural History, right there.
So, if we no,
Hey,
the mother.
Stop right there on that. There's
Okay.
the loop.
This will be fine. Okay. All right. So this is what it looks like today, for the most part.
Yeah.
Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. There's Cobb. It's right on this road. Very shortly, it maybe they got rid of it. Maybe this was on Bing? No, I was on Google, I'm pretty sure.
There's construction.
Yep, there we go.
What?
Cobb is gone. Boom.
What?
And now it's 2012.
Wait, go back.
Wait a minute.
Go back. I gotta see that again.
What the heck? Oh, shoot. They were doing the renovations of the
Stadium.
add-on.
So,
Wait, what?
2022.
It looked like the stadium wasn't even there.
Yep.
Well, that's because they didn't have that upper deck.
2022. 2012.
No, wait, spin around again.
Everything looks so freaking different.
Like, look at the stadium.
That's before they had the upper deck.
I remember these sky cranes.
That was before 2012.
I think they did that in 2013 or 14.
When they had the
They didn't have the upper deck.
The east side.
Yeah, it was East Side Stadium. They didn't have that upper deck.
Really?
They did the addition. I think it was in 2013 to 14. They did that.
Clearly it started in April of 2012.
Yeah, but I think it opened in 13 or 14.
I didn't realize it was that.
Because we went on the field trip there, and they were talking about it. And they still had Burkhead playing when we were there.
I didn't realize it was that recent.
I built fast. No.
Oh, it's the upper deck of. So they had the east side. It was the upper deck.
Yeah, it was that top portion where it has like all the fancy stuff. The brick part's original.
So yeah, Cobb is now gone.
Cobb?
Yeah, the college business gone. There was a building here. Gone.
Was or is?
No,
there is a building now.
Well, no. So that building they built in 2016.
Yep. And this is 2012.
Because they're building it my freshman year.
So yeah, and then the next photo.
Wait a minute.
July 2021.
Wait, go back again. Wait.
It looks so. Why?
Wait, I gotta see that again. Spin around. You have this open field, and then you move. Yeah, this open field. Boop.
Now there's a building. All the trees are gone.
Wait, is there more? Keep going.
Oh, you know, if you still go out to the high school, it's still from the old building before they did the addition.
Is it really?
It still
haven't
is.
Updated that?
No one has.
I think all this is recent now.
Okay, but see, this is 2021. But before that photo, it was 2022.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it did say 2022.
And it's like how it's just like
2021.
Oh no, the one.
2012. Oh no, never mind. They just missed a spot, I guess. Oh, maybe it's because of that construction.
Yeah, and so they couldn't drive right there.
Or I don't know, or they didn't want to keep the photo or something. Who knows?
Maybe I thought it was good. Let's keep the photo.
But what's funny is there's and they cut to this. Right where that box would be, so maybe it's because of that construction. Which I'm not even sure what that construction is, but this is 2012. What?
What?
Excuse me?
You never seen a fifth wheel before?
Oh, no, but this is semi-fifth wheel.
Yeah, I know.
I'm sorry, sir.
That's what a fifth wheel is.
Oh, I was thinking just like a regular ball hitch.
That's a gooseneck.
Why does your Silverado need this?
Because of the fact he probably tows a camper. Because all campers are fifth wheels and like flatbed trailers are goosenecks. They actually sell adapter kits for them to where you can put them on a fifth wheel to a gooseneck.
See, I'm only familiar with goosenecks. I'm not familiar with fifth wheels, I guess. But yes, Google Maps. There's
Go out to the high school. Go out to the high
So
school.
what's even crazier is Valparaiso has spots.
Oh,
where
really?
it's like you go from like 2019 or something to 2008.
Oh yeah.
And
it's usually right at the edges of town where it does that.
Yeah. So okay, so we zoom out. I'm in Raymond. That's why.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You gotta go a couple sections north. There you go.
Yeah. See, there's your parents.
I lost the mouse. There we go. Oh yeah, there you go.
Really, it's still the old one before all the.
Oh my.
Because that's like halfway up the parking lot.
I remember this.
I still do as well. I remember the old gates, and then all the old paintings on the walls. I kind of miss those in the gym. I do not miss the wooden bleachers. Those brown wooden bleachers were the devil.
Well, let's go here now. See what the little guy can show us. I think I've been up this.
It's like all new. You can see all the new stuff, but then once you actually get there, like that's new.
Wow, yeah, July 2021.
But they just didn't go the rest of the way up the drive. It's weird. Literally why they did not complete that is beyond me.
Who knows? Hard to say what Google Maps does. Hard to say. Maybe they didn't realize it wasn't an actual road?
You get pretty far up.
Yeah. Boom.
What? wait, what?
Completely changed.
2007.
Wait, what?
Oh, I forgot they moved that speech sign.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
2007.
It's just one spot.
No.
Oh, no,
it's
it's
still
still
2007.
Oh, it's the weather, too. I think the weather.
Ah, yes, those old gates.
I forgot about the gates.
Those things were horrible to open and close.
And they freaking charge. Well, they used to charge you for the football games. That's why they were there. They charge you there instead of like.
Oh, they still technically do every now and then.
It's weird how you can just walk right past them. They don't freak.
Most of them are parents.
Basketball games are a little more difficult.
Well, no, track was the easiest. Because, see, if you're part of the team, you just wear your uniform. And you can get into district stuff, you know, all it says like, oh, he's one of the runners.
Well, as a student, you were able to get in for free, but like.
Well,
they didn't
yeah,
charge
even
students.
now. Well, even nowadays, all I have to do, because I still play in the pep bands, I just literally tell the people at the front game, like, hey, I'm with the band. And I just walk through. That's $7 saved right there.
Wait, do they not charge?
$7.
Well, I think it's $5 to get in if you're not a student.
Wait, do they charge students or?
Oh yeah, it's just like $2 less than the regular.
Oh, I don't know. I never got charged.
Well, if you had the activity pass.
I didn't have an activity pass. I just walked in.
What?
Well, if you were an honest human being and it charged you $5 or $4 or $5.
They was like, "Oh, hey, doc," and I'm like, "What?"
Dude, I went to a game.
Walk
I went to a game. I kid you not.
What?
I went to a game 2-3 weeks ago. I can't remember if it was Roncalli Catholic or we went to. It was either that or some other one of the other games. It was $7 for an adult to get in there. I'm like,
oh, hey, doc, welcome in.
Yep, come
Right
on,
this
man.
way. Here's your seat.
Oh yeah, no big deal.
Can I get you a soda or anything?
Yeah, right, yeah.
let's look at the traffic cam. Absolutely zero freaking traffic.
Is there a traffic cam here?
Well, no, there. Apparently, if you zoomed in, there was a traffic thingy.
What? No way.
Well, it was there. Hold on. Go, like, drop your thingy and then back out again. Like, drop the guy, and then back out.
Where we're dropping, boys.
And then back in.
Yeah.
Find your mouse. There was something on the bottom that showed, like, traffic. Oh, here. No? Never mind. Hang on.
Maybe I know there are traffic cams in Lincoln. There's one right by my bank actually. We watched one time because we were bored. The frame rate's like 1 every 2 seconds.
Oh, it's like almost live.
It is live. It's just 1 frame every 2 seconds, so you
really?
can miss things. But yeah, it is live.
How many of those are here?
I have no idea. But no. Yeah, Google Maps is one of the most powerful tools that Google just gives you for free. Like YouTube's
More of a Waze guy.
a Waze guy?
Waze?
Yeah.
The heck is Waze?
It's another GPS
It's like
thing.
MapQuest.
No, it's actually a very, very nice GPS thing because not as many people use it compared to Google Maps. So instead of ending up in a cornfield when you should have landed in downtown Lincoln, you actually get to your destination. And if you really want to be dangerous, you can play their "Is this object still in front of you?" game for like 0.5 miles. Police reported ahead. Are they still there? No. Random object. Dude, I swear I went to Iowa when I was going to Des Moines. I don't know who blew out 16 different tires, but I was getting sick and tired of the lady going, "Debris in front of you." There goes a tire. Debris in front of you. Another tire. Debris in front of you. 3 tires. Then you go down the road about another 16 miles, and all of a sudden there's just a random freaking semi in the ditch on fire. Like, oh, that's probably what that's from.
What?
True
so
story.
we were. So that reminds me of our Beast Burger adventure. So we were driving back in the blizzard.
Yes.
And we were on the interstate, and I saw this, and this car zipped past me and disappeared into the haze. But right before they disappeared completely, I saw them hit their brakes, and so I took my foot off the gas, and I was like about to hit my brakes, and then Google's like accident ahead, and there was a turned over semi. The car that zipped past me freaking slid sideways and almost hit another car that was stopped there.
Yeah.
It was crazy. I'm just like, all right. I'm like, accident ahead. I'm like, I already see it, Google. I already see it. Because I saw the guy hit his brakes, and I'm like, why is he hitting his brakes? What is going on up there? And yep, there was an accident.
Makes sense.
Yep. And,
do you happen, when you're driving, do you have something in the vehicle that you think is with the reason that you have not had a very bad accident or gotten anything? It's like your spotter.
no.
Me.
That is terrible.
Here's the reason I would get in an accident.
See, I have this duck, this rubber duck that I bought as a joke for my sister, like, I don't know, 5-6 years ago.
Yep.
And ever since, that duck just sits on the dashboard. He's so sun-bleached that he's almost completely pale, but that duck has sat in the same spot on that
I
dash.
need to redo your UV.
No.
And
then,
UV coating's not good anymore.
Well, that windshield's so bad.
Oh.
It's so cracked. I finally ended up I'm getting one here in the next few weeks through my buddies at Sid Dillon, but I'm just like sitting here going, the duck sat there. I swear that thing has literally just seen random things in front of it, and then it just clicks. Like I could be seeing, there could be a deer that I have no idea is there, or some dummy that's going to cross in front of me, or some random other guy that's just going to blow right by me, and all of a sudden I could be not paying attention, and I just pop my head up, and then the duck's staring at it. The duck's the spotter, man. I'm telling you.
No,
I'm telling you,
no,
Shaggy,
no.
it's the duck.
I don't have anything like that. No.
You need to get one. You need to get a little rubber duck. Use your dash cam.
Get a dash cam?
No, you
Dash
just get a
cam?
rubber duck, because then it becomes your dash cam.
Oh.
I'm going to invest in a rubber duck dash cam.
I just want an actual... I do kind of want a dash cam, but there's no good ones. I watched Linus Tech Tips video on dash cams. He's like, they're all junk! So maybe sometime, eventually, somebody will decide to make a good dash cam, but...
Elon.
The Tesla... Well, I mean...
The Tesla dash
I
cam.
think... I guess the
Just
Tesla...
Don't have Apple make it.
Well, no, Teslas have built-in dash cams, and that's probably one of the better dash cams around. Because, well, they have to use it for other things other than being a dash cam. But, like, we can't just drive Teslas around here. I wish we could, but we can't.
We can test drive them now.
You're not 25 yet. Oh, you are 25.
I am 25.
What are we doing? Okay, what are we doing next weekend? We gotta go
Next
test drive.
weekend.
You gotta go test drive a Tesla and a Rivian. We're asking if we could try out the tank mode.
See what you need to do is you can go already test out a bunch of Teslas, and you don't have to drive that far.
No. You can't. You have to be 25.
At Dillon's?
Oh, Dillon's lets you do it for, without having to be 25?
I don't know if they do it, but they got a whole flippin' inventory. Basically, can make a dealer for Tesla
Well,
over
I mean,
there.
we have a freaking dealer right here.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's Dillon's Auto. They got it.
So you're talking the guy right here.
The guy right here.
Oh, no, he doesn't let you drive unless you're 25. Insurance. You have to sign a
Yeah.
waiver and everything.
Yeah.
Well, that's what we're talking about. That's
No,
what
I know.
We
That's
can
what I'm
now.
Just say you could. That's what
I
I'm saying.
can-
You
I
gotta
can
go over
ride-
there.
I can
Does
ride
I wonder
it
if he
now.
still has that Rivian, because I know he was trying to sell that thing for
No.
$150,000.
He's got like
Dude,
3 Rivians out there.
Did you know that when they actually got that one in there, it made Donut Media?
Oh my god.
Donut Media had it in a video. They're going, hey, car prices are outrageous. Let's see what they are around the country. And Dillon's Auto made it with $150,000 on that Rivian.
What? It must have. Well, the thing, Rivians are expensive. He must have. He had
to have gotten it from a corporate or somebody. Because there was, at the time that he got it, no one could get one unless you knew somebody in the company.
Well, this guy's trying to be like the biggest electric car dealer in like in this part of the country.
His lot is usually very. He has some real nice cars that sit in that lot. That's a very pristine. Now I don't necessarily know how much of a quote unquote crook that he would be because car dealers are car dealers. They usually, I mean, Woodhouse makes their money off of freaking accidents that go in the lot for hail damage. They're still probably riding some of that paycheck off.
Oh, absolutely. So I'm always curious though if they have to go and like take all those cars and charge them every once in a while, or like, because like I know Teslas, like especially in the winter, you have to charge them every other day if it's cold out. Otherwise, they phantom drain. So I don't know if he has to have some guy. Can I get paid to do that? Just go and every once in a while go and plug in the battery, let it get
There's
to 50%.
probably going to be openings to do it at some point. In the
Well, I
job
can't
market anymore, they'll hire you to do almost anything. Everybody's looking for workers.
Yeah, I just can't believe because like the cars never look like they move, and I'm like, they have
Trust
to.
me,
Be
I worked at a
charging
dealer.
them.
I know what the amount of fault sensors will look like when the car sits for 3 months. Heck, some
Well,
don't even
are the batteries difficult to remove? You just take out the batteries, keep them in the shop, and then put them in when someone wants to test drive?
Yeah, no, you can't do that.
Oh, you can't do that?
No, they originally they had a design where the bottom of the car would like come out, and so the battery could just be like removed, and then a new one could be put in.
Yeah.
That way, you don't have to sit around waiting for it to charge. But it was just way too complicated, way too expensive, and so they dropped it. But like Tesla batteries are, if you can, so like, I learned. So, like, there's, like, Tesla's the only company that has 10 years worth of data on their batteries, and they, on average, only lose 10% of their original charge.
Their capacity?
Yeah, and this is, their battery tech 10 years ago. And so, like, the batteries outlast the cars, which everybody said, no, car will out...
Well, coming from any of the top 3, they will. They'll, like, especially... I don't want to know what that Hummer battery is going to look like after people start driving those things.
I don't know. But, like, the Tesla batteries, no, they will outlast the car. And so, like, the big thing is, what do we do with all these batteries? Because we'll recycle the cars. And so a lot of them get put into grid arrays so that we can use them in our grid because, they're cheap batteries.
Yeah, because my old car, I think, went through 2 or 3 batteries. Because I replaced it once when my freshman year. And then, like, 5 years later... last winter, we replaced it again.
What's it in?
What?
What's it in?
Ford Focus. Well, not anymore.
It was a lead acid. No, what? He's talking about lead acid battery.
No, but still, was it a hybrid?
No.
It was straight electric.
No, it was gas.
No, I'm talking about
Oh, you're talking about the regular car battery.
Yeah.
He likes to compare lead acid to lithium, and I try to tell him, you can't do that. They're completely different beasts.
Even though it obviously has nothing to do with it, this is one of the biggest jokes that I say while I'll never buy a electric car. I'm sorry, I'm not going to buy a car that by adjusting my lumbar will decrease my range.
That is true. It will do that. Well, they used to have a lead acid battery for jump starting it, because, like, back when phantom drain was a big issue and there weren't a lot of cars, you could jumpstart a Tesla with the lead acid battery because you could use that to like get it to move and get you to a gas station or whatever. But they removed that. But back in the day, they would have used the lead acid to power all the low voltages, so it wouldn't have actually lowered your range back in the day. Nowadays, yeah, well.
They still have a regular battery.
Wait, do they have a way
to? No, they got rid of lead acid.
No, but like just a regular car battery. It's literally all off the bottom.
Yep.
So you can
decrease your economy by scooting your seat forward. See,
Wait,
I'm not buying that.
So you can't jumpstart them anymore with their
they got rid of those
designed?
a long time ago. Huh. Yeah, it was just in their first like few years of producing their mass-produced cars, but I think they ended it right before the Model 3 started.
Oh, wait, was that actually a thing, though? By shifting your seat, you adjust the weight that much?
No. I just made the joke of that because of the fact that it's pulling power from it.
They're motors. They're not like my car. They're not like my truck. That's not a motor. That's an actual slide. No, they're you have to.
They're power seats.
But what was your comment on that?
No, it reduces your range.
Because
I
in fact,
mean-
your
Oh.
it reduces your range because you're using electricity.
I
The
mean-
car's
Oh, I
electrically
thought
powered.
it was
Where-
reducing your range because it's adjusting your weight distribution in the
No.
car.
No, literally, you're scooting your seat forward and backwards, and that's going to take miles off your battery because you're not
Miles? No way.
Not miles.
No
We're
way.
No. Over time, if I'm having to, if adjusting my seat will give or take 500 feet of range over a certain amount of time.
Why do you adjust your
No,
seat every time you
5
get in the
years.
car?
We're talking like a few.
You get the
watts.
point. You move your seat, you lose the amount of miles you
Yeah,
can
but
go.
we're talking a few watts compared to the kilowatts that it will draw at once.
But you act like you're like back in driver's ed, how you're messing with it for like 20 minutes. No, a little closer. No, back. Too far.
Because the driver's ed cars are always so beat to hell. That
No,
you
too
could-
far. No, a little
When I
closer.
took driver's ed, I had to drive in, I think, a 98 Camry.
I drove that same car.
That tan one?
Yes. It had 300,000 miles on it.
You know what they drive now? Like a 2017 Malibu.
Wow. He upgraded. It must have finally died or something.
No, they probably just sold it to somebody. That or they just use it for a less affordable school district because of Shada and Henderson being friends.
Cause I remember that thing. It had 300,000 freaking miles on it, and he's like, only thing I've ever done in this car is oil, and I had to replace the power steering fluid one time. He's like, that's it, and I'm like, what? 300,000 miles?
Okay,
That's all he's
scientifically, you guys could definitely back me up on this one. My dad has an 2016 F-150. 2016. Bought it off the lot from Woodhouse, blank, drove it home. That truck, I think, now has 148,000 miles on it.
Mm-hmm.
I replaced the brakes, the rotors, the pads, at I think like 126 or somewhere around there. He claims there is no way, at least this, those are the original pads that he bought for that truck. At 126,000 miles, he's never replaced anything on the brakes.
My old Ranger had the original battery, but it had the original battery. It had like 60 or 70,000 miles from 1999. This is in 2016 or 17. It still had the original battery in it.
But still, the brake pads.
I mean,
Yeah, well,
128,000
your
miles.
dad must have never used. He must have just like.
he's like me in
coasted
Colorado.
Ford brakes are the most sensitive brakes on the face of the planet. You tap them and you're...
This guy, we were up in Nevada and in Wyoming. It would be like, hey, please hit your brakes now, or else you're going to be going 120 down a side of a mountain. And he was just like, I don't want to use the brakes. And we're like taking, and then there's also this sharp turn, and I'm like, oh my god, we're gonna freaking die. Because they're not really grady because you're meant to be going slow. So it's just like,
Well, let me put it this
off
way.
the
I was
guardrail.
going about, 5, 10 under. It's just that by the time we reached the bottom of the mountain, we were going about 5 over. So I slowed down
I
before,
do the Ike Gauntlet from TFL Truck.
because I slowed down before the grade, and so we were going like 5 under the recommendation at the top, and you just pick up so much speed. I'm like, this is kind of fun. It's kind of fun.
except when you're taking the corners and you're just like, I'm going to die.
And then you reach the bottom, you're like, that wasn't so bad.
Okay.
And yeah, me and his brother are like clinging onto the side rails, like
Becoming the Jesus handle.
yes, just like, oh my god, what just
So
happened?
that sounds about like the time I gave my dad his last birthday and Christmas present. They were combined because I bought the things on Black Friday because I got them for like a third, if not almost half the price.
I don't know if you want to buy Black Friday brakes.
No. That's not what this is.
Oh
You ever heard of the Extreme Experience?
no.
Okay, either way, it's a company that travels around the U.S. to multiple different tracks, courses. They just opened up a road course thing now where you can just take them through the mountains of Colorado and beach lines of California and all this. And you physically get to drive a supercar. They put you in a Lamborghini, they put you in a Ferrari,
yeah,
they
I've
put you
heard
in a
about
Corvette.
that.
Okay, either way, I've always wanted to do this, and he's always told me, hey, I want to drive a Lamborghini before I die. I always wanted to just get in one of them and punch it. Long story short, with the giftedness that I was able to do that, I could purchase the trip to go to the I can't remember, the Speedway of the Midwest or something, Raceway of the Midwest. It's just south, it's in Glenwood, Iowa, just south of Council Bluffs. So we go to this road course track. It's like a mile. You can't really get the cars over 100 To make a long story short, by the end of it, we're going to Kansas next year because you get 160 on the backstretch. But we put him. I bought a ride along. Kansas most speeder rig.
Not Kansas.
We're going to go back to Kansas.
But yeah, we got the cars. He picked a Lamborghini. When I got there, I picked a Shelby, a brand new Mustang.
Oh, nice.
I get there and I go, "We're sorry, the Mustang's down for maintenance."
Of course it is.
But since you've already paid and you're here, pick any of the other cars that we have here today. We'll just pick you into that. I picked the C8 Corvette.
Oh yeah.
Book price for the Ferrari compared to what the Ferrari was 2 to 3 times the amount what the Mustang was.
Oh yeah.
So I bought like the cheapest car, and they're like, you can just pick anything you want since you don't have a car to drive once you got here. I'm like, shoot, if I could have picked a $500 Ferrari.
Also, the price differs for the car you drive.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
Insurance, Phil. Insurance.
Oh, then you have to buy. Oh, you buy the car for like the time. Then you also have to buy track insurance. And then when we went through the safety things, they're like, okay, you hit a cone. Every cone you hit's $500.
What?
Yeah. So do not hit the cones. Nope. You stay like a foot away from the barrier.
What?
But you get in the car. We get the racing going. I bought a ride along first. So me and my dad are sitting in the back of I believe it's a 2021 Hellcat wide body Charger. This thing has like I think it was the 700 and.
If you want supercar horsepower,
Hellcat,
but for dirt cheap, buy the Hellcat.
Dude, this thing had, I think, probably 315s to 325s in the rear. This thing was huge with tires. It had the wide body on. I think it was the 700 and like, I don't think it was a red eye, but it had like 740, either 707 to like 740, somewhere in that range. I can't remember. We're sitting in the back seat of this car, and when you get to ride with a professional driver. Mm-hmm. This guy is telling us about the signals going around a corner at about 65 miles an hour, and we have windows down. No, he had windows up. He's like, okay, so when we have your hands up like this, he's just cranking it around. My dad's like holding on for dear life in the back seat of this Charger, trying not to lose his pants. And then he's like, all right, we're going for the last round, all out. He wasn't even all out.
Did he drift?
Oh no, but the how that car's back end did not slide out is beyond me. He goes, all right, you guys ready to go? You guys understand? Yeah, windows down. I think he took that corner doing about 75 miles an hour.
You gotta watch. There's a top.
On the backstretch. Was he?
Oh, he was hammered down. We were hauling it. And the best part is that because the way the groups were, it was like there's the front ride along car, and then there's like 4 or 5 of the regular cars that are on the track, and then you have a back car. We were in the front car, so there was no one in front of us. He was hammered down on that thing. We caught up to like 2 or 3 of the guys in front of us. By the time we got out of the car, I don't think I've ever seen my dad more terrified to get into a supercar driving around the track.
Oh my God.
And then we actually get into the cars, and we drive. Night and day difference. It wasn't like, and of course you're controlling the vehicle, so you have that. But it's like I think by the end of it, my dad was clocking over. I think he got faster than I did at the end.
Can you imagine some guy gets in a Lambo, takes it, I'm gonna savor the moment, right? So he's going about 20 miles an hour around the whole thing.
Dude, there was like 2 or 3 people that actually were doing that. Like, really? You could see them, they were probably maybe doing 50.
Like, I wanna savor the moment, like, just inching along.
Well, they had like the option that you technically, if you wanted to, they don't recommend it because they're like, you just want to experience the amount that you're doing the car. It's like, I wanted to use the paddle shifters. They wouldn't let me.
Oh.
And then I was standing next to one of the guys at the booth, and he's like, do you happen to do any like the racing sim stuff? I'm like, dude, I got full blown cockpit, wheel, track. He's like, is it just like the simulation? I'm like, yeah, it feels just like it. I feel like I'm in Forza running around the road course, and I drove a C8 in the game like 2 to 3 weeks before that. And really, it did not feel any different. The only difference is the fact that, when you're actually going around the corner and you slam on the gas, your rear end's going ding, 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 because the traction control's just going nuts.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah.
VR seats.
Oh, my God.
Dude, I've thought about getting one of those and then getting like an actual VR headset. But at that point, man, my freaking neighbors would just... Well, now I don't have neighbors. But I can do whatever the heck I want because I own the next one over. But just literally, just get a freaking VR seat. You're getting thrown out.
Oh, my God. So the Hellcat, it reminds me of there's the Top Gear Grand Prix episode where they're driving through, I think, Italy in the Tuscany Hills. And they're driving, I don't remember what they were driving, but Hammond went and got himself a Hellcat. And he had a whole trailer of people with tires to replace. Because everywhere he went, he would just freaking do a donut, burn out, and just destroy a whole set of brand new tires.
Yeah.
And the thing was so loud. That'd be the nice, peaceful part of Tuscany. You just, we're just.
The freaking superchargers and those things.
Oh, they had it. Well, see, his was. I think they had a.
Was it before they had the superchargers on them?
Some sort of exhaust pack on it because it did not sound like that. It sounded fucking.
Oh no! When you stand in front of the cars, it sounds like it's screaming like a banshee, and then you go to the backside and it's just roaring.
Oh, they must have recorded off in the back then.
I say if you stand in front of those things or you're in the cabin, all you hear is the supercharger whines. But I love the fact. Okay, opinions on. I don't know how much you guys are into cars. Opinions on Ford keeping the Mustang, and then Chevy dropping the Camaro but keeping the Corvette and basically making it the literal Ferrari. And then Dodge going into a Charger Challenger Power Wheels.
What?
Have you seen the new Charger Daytona SRT thingy?
No.
They literally took the body styles from like a 1970 Charger,
Yeah.
slammed it on a Challenger body, and then made it electric, and then they claimed that it has an exhaust system.
Oh, I heard about that.
Yeah. I've thought about this a lot. There's something to be said about just that authentic gas-powered noise.
And they kept the 6-speed manual in the... Dude, there's so many people going around right now that Ford keeping the Mustang is literally going to be either the bankruptcy or other companies like Chevy and Dodge are going to bring back their motors and say, screw the EPA. Because there's a lot of people that actually... This is true. I believe, to my knowledge this day... The EPA basically got given the bird by a bunch of people that they finally outlawed the fact that the EPA shut down like chipping or tuning diesels. When you used for 5 or 6 years, you couldn't delete a diesel for the death in them because of emissions. And then finally they got enough people to sign a petition, do whatever, that they just said up yours, and now you can legally chip your truck again.
Oh, no, did you not read? So there's an article in the newspaper. There was a big place out in Omaha, they're known for getting rid of chips and stuff. No, EPA raided the place, charged them $60,000.
I think they're still trying to work something out. I don't know. All I know is that people are starting to... I love my gas vehicles to death. I mean, the one thing I love about electric vehicles is that public transportation or people that are in the city with the scooters and all that stuff, that is a completely fine transportation-wise, but somebody that lives out in the middle of nowhere and they got to travel and all that stuff, electric, especially towing.
Yeah.
Semis and all that stuff, they just...
Well, Tesla's new semis get delivered on December 1st to Pepsi. He just literally tweeted 2 days ago. So yeah, the semis are going to production. They'll be ready by December 1st. First shipment goes out to Pepsi.
Well, they won't be delivering to Mullen.
No. But he's 500 miles of range.
See,
that might be able to get you to Mullen and back. You'll be running
500 miles of range, but let's put a load on that and see how far that goes down.
I don't know. He didn't say what it was, but I think it's with towing.
See, I just don't
know. Because you're never gonna not driving it without it.
You'll be coming back to Lincoln on half an amp.
I can't remember what the guy's name was now, but he did a video where he used that new F-150 Lightning, which I watched them do a drag race between a Shelby F-150, a Shelby Super Snake F-150, a GT Coyote Mustang, and then the Lightning. The Lightning and the GT basically were neck and neck, but the Mustang ended up finally pulling ahead at the very end. Super Snake just blew them both off the line. There was no catching that truck. But when they were showing that Lightning with the other guy, he did a video. He towed a 1924, 1934 F1, little old Ford pickup. They said that he could get about 250 miles of range on the charge that he had or something. It was a full charge battery. He went to the place and back, and basically it went from going 30 miles there, 30 miles back, so 60-mile range, it drained, I think they said that he only had like 40 miles left on the battery. Like, it cut it almost in half.
So that's also Ford's batteries, because Ford's only been doing this for a year or two.
Yeah, that's what we're saying.
But Tesla's been doing this for 10 years. Like, there was an article back in like 2016, and they were talking about the state of electric vehicles and all the companies, and they're like, every company is, their batteries and motors suck, but the car is really good. You know, it's built well, the fit and finish is really good. And then they went over to Tesla, and they're like, the batteries smoke everybody. The motors are tiny and highly efficient compared to everybody else. They had like the Ford motor was like it was huge, and then the Tesla one was the size of a watermelon, and it was outputting more power than whatever Ford had. But they're like, fit finish sucks. But that's the thing. Like, Tesla has a decade under their belt of building batteries, and so if anybody's going to do it and have a semi that's going to work, it's going to be Tesla.
More than likely, I can see that. The one thing I do like, especially how Ford's doing stuff, a lot of people gave that Mach-E, which I've only seen, I think I finally saw one of them in person for the first time like 3 days ago.
I think he's got one on the lot, actually.
Probably. I wouldn't doubt if Dylan has one.
He's got some Hyundai electric thing out there, too, now.
I can't remember what those ones are, but I do remember the Mach-E. Of course, everybody's going to give the Mach-E... You don't put a Mustang badge on the front end of a Ford Explorer.
Well, yeah, I don't know why they did it that way. Why did they just make an actual Mustang?
In their defense, they still did. Ford and Chevy and Dodge dropped their entire basically performance car line. Chevy just dropped the Camaro in full, and if they bring it back, it's probably going to be something like the Chevy Blazer, where it's just an Equinox with a Camaro-looking front end. But then you got to think about it. They made the Mach-E a four-door sedan that is electric, just with a Mustang grill in the front, and then they kept the actual Mustang with a V8 and a manual. Like, hate on the electric if you want, but they still kept both people.
Well,
happy.
yeah, I mean, that's the thing. When Ford makes the most popular truck in the most popular vehicle in the United States and one of the most popular vehicles in the entire world, you kind of have to, not piss everybody off.
Well, Dodge just couldn't keep it because the EPA grabbed at it. But it's like, look at they're saying the development on the Hemi is the only reason that they didn't do it. They kept modifying the body, but they didn't make the engine any more efficient. Which, to be fair, when your gas miles goes down to like 7.5, when you gun it with one of those things,
$100 right there.
Literally, there's like you could just step on it and you lose like 4 miles of range for 3 seconds.
I love that video. It's some comedian, but like they had the top opened on a V8 and just seeing the injectors work.
Oh yeah,
and it's just all this gas getting. I'm assuming it's probably water at this point, not gas. And the guy's just like, $60 right there.
Yep, $60 right there.
Just, oh my god.
Well, then you have the other gas station ones when it's like they just go, $60 right there. I love those.
Oh my gosh. What's the smallest amount of gas you ever bought? Because I think I just beat my record the other day because I...
Oh, in terms of gallons or price?
Price.
Well, I mean,
I know exactly which one I got.
Are we talking like 5 years ago, or what?
No. Just what's the least amount you've ever spent on gas? Because I just did it the other day. Because I'll explain the story, but I will beat both of you easy.
No, I don't think you can.
Oh, actually, well, so there was one time I needed gas really bad, and the closest gas station was freaking expensive, and so I put 3 gallons in just so I had enough, so I didn't have to worry. And so I could get to a decent gas station that was a lot cheaper because I was like, no way, this is, because I was looking at it, I was like, it was like 20 cents higher than everyone else in Lincoln. But I absolutely needed gas. My car was going, you're going to run out of gas. Get gas soon, please. And I was like,
you can keep going on that.
I was like, well, damn. So I stopped there, put about 3 gallons in. Cost me about $10-12.
Oh, I beat you there. Okay, what's the least amount you've put?
So, on one of my trips with my buddies in Iowa, They ended up getting the guy from Saskatchewan to buy a little TSC $400 motorcycle.
Yeah.
We proceeded to take this thing to the gas station and put gas in it. We turned on the gas pump, looked away, talked at each other, and the thing clicked. I think we spent $1.25 to fill up the tank.
Oh yeah.
What?
I have you.
It's either $1.25 or 75 cents. I can't remember. It
Oh,
was somewhere
I still
around
have you beat.
Did you now?
So I went to.
Were you trying or what?
What happened was I pulled into the gas station, and I had known that like other gas stations were $3.49.
Yeah.
And this gas station is notorious for being super cheap. I pull up, and I hit the button and realized, oh my god, that's $3.58. I'm not paying $3.58 when I know I can go somewhere else and get $3.49 or even cheaper.
Yeah.
So but you can't cancel. It doesn't let you cancel.
You bought 1 cent.
I bought 6 cents. I went.
6 cents?
Yep, it's in my. You can see it in my bank account.
Well, no, you can grab it and put it back in.
Amazing.
Oh well, it wouldn't. I
Amazing.
tried it. It didn't work. It had.
What?
It wanted me to pump gas. I was like, whatever, 6 cents.
Because see, I've done it before where like I grabbed it, realized I hit the wrong one, so I put it back in, and then it'll run you through the whole process, swipe your card again.
I guess I don't. Maybe I didn't do that. I don't remember. Point is, I was like, whatever, 6 cents, 6 cents. Click.
Okay, speaking of cheap things, the car wash in Val, cheapest car wash on the face of the earth.
Well, it's also constantly under maintenance. It feels like.
No, it's been open for a
Never
while.
again.
Oh, okay.
The last car wash I went through cost me $200. I got it back a month later, so I went through the car wash, right? Because my parents were like, "You need to wash your car." Well, I was busy that weekend, and I didn't want to wash it myself because normally I would, because a lot cheaper. You know, it takes like a little bit of an afternoon, but you know. So I went to the gas station. Completely took off my my driver's side mirror. I don't know if I was too close or what, but I pull in, you know, it moves you forward. I was like, what? I used to have a mirror here. So I finished I got like, and, you know, I don't know if it was because I got like the Supreme Deluxe Ultra Car Wash Supreme or whatever, but cause I was like, I spent a little bit of money. I didn't get like their cheapest one. I was like, let's get a nice decent wash. Well, the decent wash took off my mirror. It cost $200 to replace the mirror, but it took a month before they finally refunded me. Because I had to go through this whole process of talking to their...
How about you tell me about your latest experience with your car? With something breaking.
Oh, yeah. Somebody robbed my
They didn't
windshield
rob
wiper.
it.
Well, they broke it off.
They snapped the metal part of it. Just straight up snapped it. They just must have come up and then threw it into the field.
Yeah. The thing... Yeah. Don't know how.
Don't know why.
That cost $50 to replace.
I was driving down 79 the other day, and I had a grain truck coming in. The amount of times, because I about got my windshield replaced before that hailstorm, and it already had a crack in it, but then it got really cracked where there's like the big swirls on the right side, and then there's like 4 or 5 cracks that kind of just go on
there. Is that legal
there.
anymore at that point?
Oh, I don't think that windshield was legal from the first crack that was there. But I'm driving down the highway again. Again, I call up my buddies at Dillings. I'm like, I thought I ordered it when I left there to go start working at the lake, but apparently we didn't get it ordered. So now they got to try and get the thing in, and they hooking me up a good deal. But as I'm driving down 79 going north, there's a grain truck in the opposite lane. I do not think I have ever heard a rock hit the windshield as loud as that did. I got out and looked at it. There's a big splatter spot where it was. There's a chip that it took out of the windshield. You can literally, like, to the bottom, in the middle of the pane, it broke the glass in the bottom corner.
Whoa.
Like, it had to have thrown up a rock at least that big. Jesus. Wow.
So my truck, it didn't have a... So I just went to my truck one day back in college, and there's just a crack there. It's not like something hit it. There's just a crack. I don't know why there's a crack there. I'll never know. But I'm like, why is there a crack in my windshield? And now there's also a chip, but that's from a semi in the interstate, I would assume. But
there's a chip story for that red car I got as well. So, same thing. This is back when I worked at that dealer. Well, at the body shop. When I worked at the body shop, I was on my way up to Wahoo. And, same thing. Following either a semi, grain truck, whatever the heck it was. Threw a rock up, put a chip right in the middle of my windshield. I had this windshield for probably about a year or so. Year and a half, 2 years, maybe even 3. Never had a single problem with it. This was my show windshield. I was proud of it. I loved it. It was great. Puts a chip right in the middle of my line of sight. So I can't, it's not like you can't see, but it's just a little bit too annoying. So while I'm working at the body shop, I asked my buddies, hey, can you fix the chip? $20. Get the chip fixed. Looked great. You still kind of see where it was. 2 weeks later, the hailstorm comes through.
Oh.
Spiderwebs the whole side and the bottom. I'm like, can I have my $20 back?
did you ask for the $20 back?
No.
Did your insurance cover it?
That car hasn't had insurance since, it has insurance. It's
I was gonna say.
It's had liability since ran over it in the parking lot.
I have liability, that's it, so.
Yeah, that car has not had any sort of, actual coverage protection.
I was going to say, you
since
can't not have,
1996.
you can't not have coverage on it because
yeah.
I about got a $1,000 fine because they thought I didn't have insurance.
Fun fact, my neighbors, they have a black Ford Fiesta. They bought it back in February. They're still riding the tag in the corner of the windshield with the Greg Young plate on the back. They have not licensed it. So they've been driving it since February without plates.
I mean, they might get away. I don't think they're going to get away with it come the new year because I wonder if that stuff changes every year.
No, the things that go in the windows stay the same.
Oh my god.
Well, no, the other day I saw, actually, it was a couple months ago. I saw a car, legit said their expiration date was 2021.
You know what makes this great?
This was in September. Their expiration date was 2021.
They either don't drive it or they're just the luckiest ducks on the face of the planet.
I don't know. I was like, wait, what date does that say?
And then the best part, they have a second vehicle that I have not seen move in probably a good solid, since they bought the car, basically. It was a little purple Nissan pickup with, you look underneath the frame, right between the cab and the bed, frame rail's about yay thick, the pickup truck, yeah, right, about this tall. Yeah, about this much of it is left.
Rust. Solid.
Completely gone. Like, rust, gone. Like, that truck, if you drove it down the highway and hit a speed bump, I wouldn't be surprised if the truck broke in half. But it's like, it sits there, and then they have the one car, and the car itself is just like, they have enough money to go and buy a Baby Yoda's bumper sticker, but you can't license the thing? This thing's maybe $60 a month tops! It's probably got a salvage title on it.
But the yoga thing's like, what, $6 off Amazon?
What is?
The Yoda? Wait, what did you say?
Oh, yeah.
They got bumper stickers, and the car's probably been driven more than anything. It's like, bro, that car's maybe $60 tops for insurance. Maybe. Because it probably has a rebuild salvage title.
I mean, it's possible they also have a really bad accident record, and so they just can't get insurance without it being like mine. It's $1,000 a year.
Well, about 3 weeks after they moved in, there was 2 sheriffs for, I think, a domestic dispute.
They absolutely cannot afford anything.
Well, it's been very quiet. They haven't had any problems since.
Good. Oh, good. Well, I
think we've reached our time.
Well, yes, because Phil here has to get going so he can go do homework.
Imagine being in school.
Yeah, a loser. Anyways,
I imagine graduating and getting sent back to school.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened. That's exactly what happened to him. Anyways, I would like to thank you all for watching. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. New podcasts every other Friday, 11 a.m. Central Time. Tune into the podcast channel where these will be moving at some point this month. And good night.